Hello everyone, my name is Sai Kumar. So in this session, we're gonna see what is programming language, what are the different programming languages or like programming methodologies that we have, history of Java, and platforms or editions of Java. So this is the agenda for this session. So let's go through programming language. Like what actually programming language is? A programming language is a collection or a set of syntax and semantics which are used for a purpose. The purpose of the programming language is to develop applications. The sole purpose of programming language is to develop applications and softwares. There are different programming languages available in the market such as C, C++, Java, Python. Like this, we have many programming languages, and each and every programming language is developed for a particular requirement. For example, you can use C and C++ for developing operating systems, but you can't use Java for developing operating systems. You can develop web-based applications using Java, but you can't develop web-based applications using C or C++, right? So for each and every particular requirement, we have a particular programming language. All right. Now each and every programming language will follow a methodology. So there are different programming methodologies available. We can call them as programming paradigms. All right. So the different programming methodologies are non-structured programming, non-structured programming, structured programming, and object-oriented programming. So when it comes to non-structured programming, the example programming languages for non-structured programming is BASIC. There's a language called as BASIC. The old languages, we can call them as non-structured programming languages. When it comes to structured programming languages, you can go with C. So C is a structured programming language or procedure-oriented programming language. And when it comes to object-oriented programming language, now most of the programming languages, they adopt this particular methodology, because this methodology or this paradigm gives us more features in developing the application. Like you can the application can be easily maintainable, reusing the code. So there are many features when you go with object-oriented programming. So based on this, Java adapts this methodology called as object-oriented methodology. So Java is what? It is object-oriented programming language. Alright, let us go with history of Java now. So when it comes to the history of Java, and this Java doesn't have any abbreviation. Okay, so let's go with the history of Java. There is a company called as, I should say there was, now it is not there, Sun Microsystems. There was a company called as Sun Microsystems. So Sun stands for Stanford University Networks. So this company has got a project called as Green Project. It has got a project called as Green Project. This project is all about controlling and developing the softwares for electronic devices. For electronic devices. For electronic devices. So to control those electronic devices, you must do programming. So there was a great programmer called as James Gosling. So this guy has to program to control this electronic devices. So James Gosling, so this project, it was in 1990s. So this guy James Gosling, he went on C to fulfill the requirement, but he was able to fulfill only 50%. Then later on he went for C++, but is able to fulfill only 75% of the requirement. Here you can understand C++ was one of the hot cake programming language at the time, one of the most popular languages in 1990s. So he was unable to complete it. So what he has decided is to get the rest 25%. So he has to add some more important inputs, some more important concepts to get the work done. So what he has done is he has implemented, he has given some new concepts, and he has fulfilled the requirement, that is developing this electronic devices, controlling those electronic devices. So finally what happened was he thought, okay fine, for this requirement I fulfilled it with a lot of struggle, because fulfilling the last 25% was almost developing a small programming language. So what he has done is, okay, in the future I may get the same requirement or the higher requirements, so advanced requirements. So in that case I can't do this again. So I need to develop a programming language that could serve me in such a way that I can fulfill the advanced requirements. So what he thought was to develop a programming language. So at the time of developing this programming language, like whatever the programming language he wanted to develop, he used to consume a lot of coffee. He used to consume a lot of coffee. So at the time of developing this particular programming language, he used to consume a lot of coffee, and this particular coffee powder is from one island called as Java Island. So this Java Island is from Indonesia. This island you can find in Indonesia. So what he thought was, okay fine, this Java Island, from where this particular coffee powder has been taken, based on this particular coffee only I used to develop this particular programming language. That means this Java Island has helped me to develop this particular programming language. So hence he thought of putting a name to this particular programming language as Java. That is the reason when you install this Java software, you'll find a cup and a saucer. So that is what the history of Java is. So Java was announced in the year 1995. Officially it was announced in the year 1995. Alright. So later on there are different versions of Java which we're gonna see in the later videos. Now let's go through this. Alright. Now after that there's a company called as Oracle. I think you have heard about it. This company, Oracle company, it acquired Sun Microsystems, and whatever the products that Sun Microsystems was developed was given, all the products are now under Oracle company. So even Java is a product now which is under Oracle company. Okay, now Java is a product of which company? It is a product of Oracle company. Alright, now we'll see our last one, that is editions or platforms of Java. So we can just call it as editions. So Java is divided into three groups. Java is divided into three groups according to the requirement by Oracle. One is JSE, which stands for Java Standard Edition. Java Standard Edition. So generally people call it as Core Java, but we should not call it as Core Java. According to Oracle, it is Java Standard Edition. So this Java Standard Edition is mainly used for developing desktop applications. If you want to develop desktop applications, then you can go with Java Standard Edition. And if you want to learn any technology in Java, you must know Java Standard Edition. Java Standard Edition is the base for all technologies with respect to Java. Like we have servlets in JSP. All the servlets, JSP, JDBC, all these are developed with respect to Java Standard Edition only. Next we have Java Enterprise Edition, JEE, Java Enterprise Edition. So using this Java Enterprise Edition, what all you can develop is, you can develop enterprise application, you can develop enterprise application, and you can develop web applications. So if you want to develop enterprise applications or web applications, then you must go through Java Enterprise Edition. And finally, there is something called as JME, which stands for Java Micro Edition or Java Mobile Edition. Java Micro Edition or Mobile Edition, using which you can develop mobile applications. If you want to develop mobile applications, then you can go with Java Mobile Edition. So that's all for this session. Thank you so much.